What? This is episode 24, and today's episode, Joey's going to be laughing a little bit. We're going to try to get through the August numbers and fumble up in a few different spots. I go to Eataly and eat my face off. Joey takes on a diet and doesn't eat his face off.
Absolutely.
Because he's good with that stuff. We look at the August numbers. We kind of take a big picture approach to what's happening in the GTA, and then we kind of focus in on sales and prices for the 416.
That's right.
We get excited for episode 25, which you're definitely going to want to tune into, and enjoy the episode. It's a fun one.
Welcome, welcome.
Yeah. A few people walk in on us on this one.
Yeah, actually, that's true. Yeah, that happened a couple times.
Yeah, I like it. Spices it up.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
We're going to get a third microphone here for...
We should get a third. Randoms who walk in, like a speaker's corner style. Yeah. All right. Let's get to the show.
All right.
Enjoy.
Welcome to the Toronto Livings Podcast, a conversation about all things Toronto with a focus on real estate, the culture, and of course, the food.
I'm Mark Savell.
And I'm Joey Virgilio.
And we're realtors with Sage Real Estate working together as a Toronto Livings team with a focus on helping you buy better, sell higher, and of course, having a little bit of fun along the way.
This is going to be a good one.
It's already starting.
Hi, Joey.
Hi, Mark.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm very well.
Me too.
Good.
Yeah. Nice sunny day.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Middle of September here.
Yeah, middle of September.
Beautiful city of Toronto.
That's right.
Feels like fall is kind of coming.
It's like, it's the jacket weather.
It is.
We're getting into the jacket weather.
Jacket weather. I like that.
Yeah.
But we're going to bring some heat today. We're going to go back, bring back the time machine and go to August and kind of...
We're going to talk about the August numbers.
Yeah, it's time for a market update. We're going to look at August.
Yeah, that's right.
But how was your week?
Week was good. Oh, listen, I didn't eat anywhere.
Okay.
I'm on a diet.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's a specific diet for like, I went to see a naturopath recently.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm on a diet. So I didn't eat any place interesting. I've been cooking a lot.
Does it have a cool name, the diet?
No.
Not like Mediterranean diet or...
No, I didn't ask him what the name of it was. Okay. He just gave me a sheet and said, don't eat these things.
Okay. Well, as a sufferer of acid reflux, I think I can relate to limitations in our food options.
How about you? You got to make up for us in this one.
Yeah, I didn't follow what I'm supposed to be eating. I went to Ryus Noodle Bar.
Ooh.
Or Ryu, I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's my favorite ramen spot in the city.
I feel like you've mentioned it before.
Probably have.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my go-to. So I live in the West End.
Yeah.
This is East End. I don't give a I shouldn't swear. I travel like 45 minutes to get to this place because it is that good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ryu Noodle.
Yeah, Ryu Noodle, 786 Broadview. And they got these really cool, I call it Japanese Sprites. It doesn't really taste like Sprite, but...
It's not Sprite. It's like it's other thing.
Yeah, it's another thing. I just call it Japanese Sprite. And it's like, it's a cool bottle with like this little glass marble in it. Mm-hmm. And you got to pop the marble into the thing. And it's like, it keeps it cold.
Whole experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it's really good. But if you're looking for what to have there, the Angus roast beef ramen.
Okay.
So you get like a tray of roast beef sliced up and it's like medium rare. And then you put it in the ramen to cook while you're eating it.
Interesting.
It's so good.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's a spot.
Okay, that's an experience. Yeah.
It is.
All over the place. Yeah.
It is. Yeah, I'll take you there one time. It's like the gyoza, their little dumplings are like, it's the best.
Out of the world? Okay.
Yeah, trust me on this one. But you're eating different or less?
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to get too much into it.
I made salmon yesterday.
But that's good.
Yeah, salmon's good.
Salmon's good.
Yeah, salmon's a good thing. I'm cooking like I'm a chef.
Okay.
Yeah, Chef Joe.
Do you have an air fryer?
No.
Dude, biggest game changer of life.
Air fryers?
Yeah.
No, I don't have one. But everybody uses them. I've seen them all over the place.
Go to Costco.
Yeah.
Get yourself an air fryer.
Okay.
Make that your treat to yourself.
Okay, but are not air fryers not just small ovens?
Maybe. I don't know how to classify it, but they're so much more convenient to cook with.
Right.
So you can make a salmon in like 15 to 20 minutes and it's the perfect temperature.
Because the preheat. It's the preheat of the big oven. So I looked into air fryers when I started seeing them everywhere. And I was like, they must spray oil or something out in the air. They don't.
No.
It's just it's just a thing that heats that's smaller.
And it's incredibly clean and like clean eating. You don't feel like the grease and all that stuff on it.
Yeah.
Chicken wings you could do.
Yeah, and like the recipes that are air fryer recipes are amazing.
They're so easy.
Yeah.
Just season it and
throw it in.
away.
Yeah.
15 minutes.
I love that.
Incredible.
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm getting at this whole diet and food thing is you pulled a truck this week.
Yes, I did.
You legit pulled a truck. Talk about that.
I did. Yeah. We went out with the Sage crew. Shout out Sage crew, man.
Nice.
We we went. We ended up What's going on? So yeah, we went out with the Sage crew. We went out and pulled a truck. There was I think like 10, 15 of us.
Yeah.
10 of us pulled.
10 of us pulled. 10 of you guys pulled.
10 of us pulled. Yeah. And it was, man, we got silver medal.
So close.
We were almost, our very first pull, we were I think 13 seconds or something like that.
Wow.
And yeah, you're pulling a truck across Nathan Phillips Square.
Yeah, and it was for Harvest Wagon.
It was for Harvest, yeah.
Yeah, so it was a Harvest Wagon truck. Was there food in it or unknown?
Unknown. I
yeah.
think our last one, when we got silver, there was some food in there.
Well, you got a really cool medal.
Yes, I did. And I was supposed to bring it today.
It's okay.
I completely forgot.
Episode 25.
Yeah, I'll bring the medal through.
But you did bring me this really cool Sage trucker hat.
That's right.
Which makes sense because you pulled the truck.
That's right.
So I'm going to don this gorgeous Sage hat, which is good because I didn't do my hair today.
Yeah.
So the wife was like, aren't you going to do your hair before you record? I'm like, yeah, I do it before, make sure it looks fresh. And it was perfect. I don't have to do my hair.
No, you just pop the cap.
Yeah. So I went last night. This is the greatest experience one can do in the city.
Okay, yeah. I saw your, tell me about it.
I went to Eataly, which is an Italian massive grocery store at Yonge and Bloor, but they did an all-night event. So from 9 to 1 a.m.
What?
Dude, it wasn't cheap. It's $150, $140 a ticket. I get it.
Yeah.
But I definitely ate more than $140 without a doubt. There was like 25 food stations, 15 drink stations.
Oh, man.
So you get in there, they give you grappa right to start.
Oh.
We had like a Thai lettuce wrap, went right to the brisket, rapini, brisket, potato, fantastic. Gus Tacos was there.
Oh.
There was like tiramisu galore. These little caramel.
I saw the tiramisu. Yeah.
Oh my God, was it ever good? Like when I say we ate, and then we were like stuffed at this point, and then we find like a whole other row with like 10 other stations.
Ooh.
Oysters, paella. It was a party. Like if the opportunity comes up again, you have to do it.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
It is the best value in the city.
Yeah. Did you stick out the whole night?
I lasted till about 12:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much the whole night.
That was pretty much the whole night. Yeah. It got to the point where like all the middle-aged people were like dancing awkwardly in the dance floor, and I'm like, that's my cue to leave. Yeah. I'm still young enough where I don't have to partake in those type of things. But no, it was great, man. They're opening up a new location at Sherwood Gardens.
Nice.
Yeah. So I hope they do another event there because it's not one to miss. It was so well done.
And this is how many times a year?
I think this is the second time they did it this year. It was the first night event. Mm-hmm. Apparently they sold like 700 tickets, but there was never lineups. Like everything was moving really quickly. It was a good vibe. It was a good set of people there. Like it was just a great night.
What a cool idea.
Yeah. You know how I hate like going out in Toronto events? Yeah. This was not that. I was like, at the end, I'm like, oh, I like it again. Yeah. People are fun again. So yeah, it was good. But let's maybe talk about work a little bit. Yeah. So conditionally, we sold Tubman, which is awesome.
Yep.
Candy Factory. We've been getting, this is the first listing. I think I'm up to 8 people who shot social media videos in the space, which speaks to how beautiful it is.
Yeah, 100%.
So we're keeping busy with that. Showings are still happening. Hopefully we get an offer soon. Mm-hmm. But we did a massive price drop at the penthouse at Yonge and Eglinton.
That's right.
Yeah. So we're under $2 million now, which is tremendous value.
Yeah.
I sold the sub penthouse for $2,030,000. That's right. So if you could snag this for under $2 million, you are
in a good spot.
Yeah. And we've talked so many times. The views are stunning.
That's right.
Just a great layout, great everything. So.
Yeah, 100%. And you said you're also putting it up for...
We have it for rent as well. In this market, you got to pivot. You got to cover all your bases. So it's $12,000 a month. It's not cheap, but it is a penthouse. And it's a big one. It's 1,600 square feet. So we've actually had quite a few showings for rent, and we could be going that direction. Gotcha. It's quite possible.
Yeah.
We'll see. How is Savoy, man?
Savoy is busy. Yeah. Savoy is very busy. We've had 36 showings since Monday. Yeah, we've been flying and counting. Actually, I didn't even count the couple that came in today.
Okay, so you're almost at 40.
Yeah,
that's really good.
And we're also hitting the open houses this weekend. So if you're around, come pop by, come say hi.
Come see Joey and his new diet.
Yeah,
you were glowing a little bit. Something,
it's the salmon, man.
It's the salmon. Yeah. What does salmon have that's good for you? Omega-3.
Yeah,
omega-3 fatty acids.
Yeah, I had two like big pieces of salmon.
Oh, you are so healthy.
Yeah. That's the more you eat, the more salmon you eat, the healthier you are.
That's science, man. That's how it works. Like we're realtors. We clearly know how the body's supposed to function. So.
No, but it's been very busy. We've been getting a ton of action, a ton of calls. It's been, we'll see. We're holding offers on Monday.
Good.
So we're going to see how that plays out.
Fingers crossed for you. The sweet spot I find, like if in a week you clearing 20 to 25 showings, I think you're going to do quite well on Monday. That's kind of the sweet spot. It sounds like you're probably going to double it with the open house traffic.
Yep.
So rooting for you, man. Hope you
Thank
guys
you.
do well.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Fun fact, and I don't know if this is an accurate fact. My dad apparently was your nonna's mailman.
I could tell you how many times I was laughing at that message that you said.
So love my dad. I mean, he subscribes to our newsletter and he always gives commentary when I send it out. And he's like, hey, fun fact, that property in Mississauga is in Etobicoke. So right off the hop, I'm like, I think he's got his addresses a little mixed up, but whatever. And I was the mailman for that property. So he was a mailman. He did it for like 35 years.
Yeah,
he was a
that's
mailman.
right.
So I believe that part, but I don't know if he was factually your nonna's mailman.
It would be amazing if he was.
Such a small world.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be crazy. I would love that.
Yeah, 100%. We got to get the parents on the show one day.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I fear for...
So do I.
Yeah.
Like episode 50.
Yeah,
that would be the milestone. If we make it to 50, we could bring the parents on.
right,
Loose.
yeah,
Yeah,
I like that.
At least the dads. Get the dads on. Let them talk shop.
Yeah.
I like that.
Beautiful.
Another milestone for us.
Yeah.
We are officially Mr. International.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yes. Shout out Marcello
Marcello from Brazil.
from Brazil.
And specifically Recife.
Yes.
And I know this because me and Marky,
Yeah.
we were supposed to go to the World Cup game. This was probably 8 years ago in Recife, Brazil.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, hello, wild with sharks. So there he is. There's Marky. He doesn't want to be on camera, but we have a listener from Recife and he's been awesome. He's been really interacting with us and asking some really good questions. And it's really cool to see the interest, not in our podcast, but like just making that international connection.
Yeah.
Like the world isn't that big.
This is cool that we can do this right now.
Yeah.
Like the fact that we can reach somebody in Brazil on a little podcast that we're doing.
It is. Yeah. And you know, like so I've actually looked at some of the other places we're listened to in Dubai.
Yeah, right.
And I don't have any friends in Dubai, so I don't know who's listening to us there, but
Yeah, me neither.
hello, Dubai.
Yeah.
And Spain.
And Spain.
Espanol.
Yeah.
I love paella. So it's probably my sister because she was just there like 2 weeks ago, but I'm going to pretend it's not. And Singapore.
Singapore. Okay.
Yeah, which is another spot I definitely want to check out. Apparently, it's like an incredibly clean country and
Right.
like really something to marvel at and to check out. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Singapore.
Okay, we're making a tour at the end of this.
I hope so. Once we finally start generating like $4 a podcast in income, we're putting that to travel funds. Taking this show on the road, baby. Let's do it. All right. I mean, I think we covered all the fun stuff we did this week.
Yeah, that's
We
right.
get into the
The real stuff.
real stuff, the meat and potatoes.
Meat and potatoes.
Yeah, which you probably aren't
I
allowed to
wish
eat.
I could eat right now.
October, I'm going to do one of those wild, like no carb months. So I'll be
you're
through
doing a
that.
keto month, eh?
Not a keto. It's like a X30. That's what I was asking, like what the name of, if you knew the name of the diet you're on is.
Yeah, no.
I'll tell you the name of it when the wife tells me what it is, but it's like no carbs, no dairy, no bunch of other things. And I felt really good. I did it in January.
So I've noticed that actually too.
Yeah.
Like my energy levels and my mood.
I like it, man. You got to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Your body's a temple.
That's exactly it.
If you don't have health, you don't have anything.
Yeah.
Love
like
it.
that. Yeah.
Support it. We're going to talk about August,
We are going to talk about August.
AKA the least exciting month in real estate.
Pretty much. This was very, very expected.
Yeah. So let me just say this. August and December, when we do specifics on those months, you could just skip it.
Yeah.
We're only doing it for consistency, but like those aren't really good indicator months because they are seasonally slow.
They're slow.
Yeah. And it's the same every year, just slow months.
Yeah.
But nevertheless,
Let's dig into
let's
it.
dig in. Let's eat. So sales in August, we only had 5,294 according to my abacus, which I keep track of every month.
That's right.
And it's the fourth month in a row of declining sales.
Yeah.
So that's a trend now. It's officially a trend.
So, okay, hold on a second, because it actually I read it went up on your report here, because the last month was 5,250.
Did I do that wrong?
Just the last month went up, but like when we're talking up, we're talking 54 sales up.
It's trending down.
Well, yeah. I'm not going to treat it as yeah.
That's odd. How did I get that wrong? I don't know.
Yeah,
Sorry
I saw that and I was like, okay, I think this is the case. But regardless, it's not enough of a jump to say, we're starting to incline again in sales. No, it's not. It's still very much was expected to be.
And kind of how I saw it was like May was that peak, which is seasonally also a peak month. But it was a peak, and now we've kind of started to see every month come down, which is in line with the rate hike announcements.
Right.
Because after May was June. June was the first rate hike announcement. July was the second. August was no announcement. September was a pause.
Yeah.
And that kind of leads us to what will happen in October and how that kind of influence things.
That's right.
I think we got one more hike coming before the end of the year.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I feel like one more before either October or December. I'm leaning more towards October.
October? I think December.
You think so?
Yeah, not based on nothing.
Based on nothing.
Gut feeling.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. I've heard in the atmosphere that December historically just like usually typically doesn't raise.
Okay.
I think last year was the first time that it's raised. If I'm not mistaken, it's ever that they've raised interest rates in December. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's like I was just talking off camera with Marky, and like I was just saying, I feel there's definitely a shift coming with some economic news, and there's a couple things. BMO's exiting. Financing leases, they're getting out of that market completely.
Okay.
Toronto Star laid off a ton of people, so I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next little bit. Yeah. So if more negative economic data comes out, they might just hold and continue to hold and potentially drop early next year. But it really is like a week by week changing.
Yeah, the conversation changes with every news.
Teeter totters, yeah, right. So back to my main point, no one knows anything. Like it's constantly changing. Yeah. So it's hard to really predict where things are going.
Exactly. So let's talk about average price.
Yes.
If we're talking high level, we're still in the average, but the high level conversations. Right?
Yeah, we're doing big picture.
Big picture stuff. Yeah. So average prices also trended downwards. We're at $1,082,000.
That's quite a drop from July.
Yes. July was 1.1.
1.1.
Yeah. A little over 1.1.
Yeah. And that's kind of in line with sales. I saw the same type of trajectory. May was the best, and now we're kind of coming down.
Yeah.
And we're similarly priced to where the average price was in February.
Exactly. Yeah. We're back. We're kind of back in that. If we're looking at it in a timeline respect. Yeah. We're pretty much back to February.
And we're looking at GTA as well. I think outside of the core, outside of Toronto, at least prices are impacted a little bit more. So this does take down the average because we're comparing a bigger data set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So something to watch, just kind of where that announcement comes. The next one is October 25th, I believe.
Next announcement, yeah.
So we got about 6 weeks until that happens. And that, I think, will determine where the end of the year is going to go.
Right.
Now, this is something I want to talk about. We talk about these indicators and where we think things are going, but should you be making your decisions based solely on this? I always say no. It's where you are personally. Do you have a steady job? Can you afford the monthly payments? If you can, it's always a good time. If you're uncertain, hold off and wait, but make it based on your own personal kind of trajectory. Don't do it based on the market stats solely.
Agreed.
Timing is
impossible.
Yeah.
The ever long quote of trying to time the market is not a good idea. Like that's just, it's never been a good idea. And yeah, absolutely.
But I get it. Like I could see where it's like, as humans, we always want the best, lowest price. And so it's always like, well, is this going to be the bottom? Is this going to be the bottom?
Yeah.
Remember, real estate is a long-term hold. You're looking at 10-year horizons. And so what happens the next year to 2 years really doesn't matter. Minimum time you should be holding is 3 years. The sweet spot is 5 years. And if you can hold till 10, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
You're going to be fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something also to bring up is new listings have been declining.
They have.
New listings have been declining and active listings have been increasing. So the rollover effect is taking place. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I don't know, like the first couple of weeks, I know last week we mentioned that we didn't see a lot of inventory. This week, I did see a lot of inventory.
Oh, you did, eh?
I'm tracking a couple areas for clients. So New Toronto, Ronsonsville, Yonge and Eglinton, and Northern Etobicoke is a big kind of pocket. So mainly west side and a little bit central. And I saw a lot more inventory in the west side. Yonge and Eglinton, Yonge and Lawrence, still not a ton. But those bungalows are popping up left, right, and center in Etobicoke. Yeah. Okay, a lot of inventory coming. So sorry.
Funny you said that. I'll be talking about that later, but funny you said that. So detached bungalows are seem to be hitting.
I saw a lot. One client we're looking in the summer months. We saw maybe 3 to 5 a month. We saw 5 this week that came up.
Okay,
at least 5, maybe a little bit more than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and this kind of was what we saw happening. The famous White Lotus Effect that we dubbed. That's our idea. If anyone takes it, you heard it here first. #1 podcast in the world. But that effect is now kind of waning. It's over and people are back and school is returning and vacation times are over and everyone, like you had said prior, that was holding off is starting to come to market.
Right. Okay. So it just had a delayed effect more than anything.
Yeah. And I think like it really is a good time to be a buyer and to be looking. It's very crucial you get a rate hold in because if they do bump the rates in October or December, at least you've got a 90-day hold in place.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Days on market. I know you hate that stat for obvious reasons. Next week, you're going to feel the wrath of that as you complete the challenges we have set forth. But we're up to 28 days.
We are up to 28 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting farther and farther from that 20-day stretch.
Yeah. That only happened in June.
It's like a V. Yeah.
So weird how that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not pulling the strings of the market, I swear. It's just dumb luck. 28 days, like you said about the prices, we are back to what we kind of saw in February and March.
That's right. Yeah.
So if you're a seller, it's important your expectations are, it's not it's not likely you're selling in a week. Some places are, but for the overall trend, 3 to 4 weeks is what I'm seeing, both in my own experiences and a lot of the places we're tracking.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Let's get into sales for the specific segments.
Yeah, so we're kind of looking at 416 only now. So if you live in the 905, you got to find another podcast. We're not for you.
Okay, so big picture, from the segments events.
Yeah.
So generally speaking, we're declining.
Yeah.
And we have a 53% drop in sales for August versus the peak in May.
What a missed opportunity for BlogTO. They should have been on that. Come on, the headline writes itself. 53% in sales. People in Toronto are frantically something or other, death and despair and all that fun stuff. But it's a fact. The sales, not the prices, have come down 53%. 53% less.
That's right.
From the peak to August. It doesn't shock me too much. That is somewhat what we see as a trend at this time of the year. But nonetheless, that's a pretty substantial number.
It is pretty big. Yeah. Activity just slowed right now. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of people are buying and selling. Yeah.
Uncertainty, right? And I think once the Bank of Canada either gives a very clear outlook, which they will never do. Yeah. But once people have a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like confidence of where things are going. I think that's when we're going to start to see activity pick up.
1,000,000%. There's still so much uncertainty. Yeah. And with every news headline that comes out, you're constantly thinking to yourself, like, where is this going? We're all crashing. Yeah. It's still the doom and gloom headlines right now.
Oh, and I think it's going to ramp up.
Yeah.
I think those headlines are going to get more intensive, not just in real estate, but in the economy as a whole.
Agreed.
I think the last quarter is when you better brace yourself for some pretty nasty headlines.
Yeah. I agree with that.
And we'll be here to cut through it and help you know what's pretty true and what's absolutely false.
Yeah. Beautiful. Let's talk about, let's talk about the biggest segments. The biggest segments with the biggest declines.
Yeah. Semis and detached.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Towns and condos saw increases.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what those two segments represent. Semis and detached represent the higher price listings in Toronto, and townhomes and condos represent the more affordable options.
Absolutely.
And I think it was one of the previous episodes I had said there is that pendulum that often swings between condos being in demand and detached homes being in demand. And we're seeing that shift go more towards condos and townhomes because of affordability reasons.
Straight affordability.
Yeah. And like we said, once these rates kind of shift down, I think the pendulum will shift back to semis and detached. But definitely the higher priced products are being hit the hardest.
They are. Yeah.
I've seen it.
Okay. Should we talk about months of inventory?
Yes. This is your section. I love when you kind of cover that. Lay it on us.
Yeah, right. Okay. So months of inventory, good indicator for heat check between segments. So let's get into it. And it kind of is funny because it goes exactly to what we've been saying. So detached and semi started to pile up a bit in inventory. We got the rollovers happening, which we kind of alluded to. The townhomes and condos, it got a bit tighter. So those two actually moved in opposite directions when it comes to the actual numbers moving up or down. As a quick reminder, 1 to 3, you're in a seller's market, meaning sellers got the power. 4 to 6, you're in a balanced market, meaning even keel. And then 6 and above months of inventory, it's a buyer's market. So the highest inventory award
goes to. That was my best drum roll.
Just fell apart at the end, but I like that.
That was the Eataly in me last night. The tiramisu's. Yeah.
So condos.
Yeah.
Condos take the cake at 3.4 months of inventory.
Okay.
They moved from 3.6 to 3.4. They're declining. That's good. I mean, for condos, for condo owners, that's good. The tightest inventory award goes to semi-detached.
My babies.
Semi-detached still holding the candle or holding the torch. 1.9 months of inventory.
Okay.
Previously it was 1.8.
Okay.
So moving in an upwards direction, even though they are the tightest still. And special mention goes to Detached.
Okay.
Detached officially hit 3 months of inventory. This is, by the way, this encompasses all the GTA, these stats specifically.
Okay.
But Detached officially hits 3 months of inventory. Previously was 2.8, which I think was the highest incline or increase in months of inventory. And what does that mean? It means it's cusping on balance. We're like Detached specifically is now officially crossing over the balance threshold.
Yeah. So the only piece I want to add to that is like we're talking very general terms. I think under 1.5 million, Detached is still incredibly aggressive and competitive. Over that 1.5 mark, yeah, I totally see things taking longer to sell. And if we're talking the luxury of 3 million plus, it is definitely a slower time for them. But I am curious how the increase to the land transfer tax, the municipal land transfer tax, is going to impact the over $3 million sales market. Because like we said in the last episode, January 1st, the amount you have to pay on one of those is going to go up. So I wonder if we're going to have like a little micro push towards the end.
That's interesting. Interesting thought. Yeah.
That obviously affects a very small segment of people in the city because not a lot of people have 3 million plus to buy a house, but nevertheless, it's still going to.
It still could be incentive.
Yeah. Prices. Let's get into that.
Okay.
So all segments saw a dip in prices month over month. And year over year, detached and condos pretty much held the same.
Yeah.
Not much change there, which is kind of wild. So like if you bought a place last August, it's according to August numbers of 2023, should be relatively the same. Yeah. And then semis, they saw a price increase year over year, 9.6%.
Winners of the year over year.
Yeah.
Is semis.
They are the gem of the city. Like if you don't mind sharing a wall with a neighbor, semis are the way to go.
And 9.6 isn't a small number for a year over year.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And that kind of fits into that affordability theory that we have, is that like detached is a little bit out of reach for a lot of people, but semi gives you the best of both worlds, where you don't have a condo fee like you would in a townhome.
Yep.
And you still have a backyard and a front porch and probably 2 levels and all that other fun stuff. So
yeah. And that's followed by townhomes.
Yeah, 6.3% or 6.4 roughly. But that's, again, it speaks to the affordability concept that people want a little bit more space than maybe a 2-bedroom condo has to offer. And that's why these two segments kind of saw the biggest growth.
Biggest push, yeah.
Year over year.
Year over year. Beautiful.
Yeah, August, just don't look too much into it. We clearly didn't put too much detail into this month's analysis, as you can tell by some of our slip-ups. But it's one of those transitionary months where you don't have to really, it's not a big indicator of things to come.
Yeah.
I think September and October will be very interesting to look at to see what happens.
I'm very interested to see how September rolls through.
Yeah, and with the economic data that's going to be coming out, we're going to start shifting to seeing what happens for the year ahead, or kind of getting a sense of where the vibes like and the buyer and seller confidence is for the months ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Anything you want to add?
No.
You doing anything exciting this week?
Not really.
No.
I'm going to birthdays. Actually, I got more weddings. Yeah.
Weddings?
It's a big wedding month for me.
You're in that sweet spot where everyone's getting married. Yeah. The next 5 years of your life is going to be very expensive.
Yeah.
I'm just transitioning out of it. I got one more friend who maybe will get married, and then I'm in the clear.
Yeah. I feel like I'm starting to ramp up.
Yeah.
And I just started this diet, man. It's not going to go well.
Yeah. How do you do at weddings? It's tough. Maybe just have yourself one cheat meal.
That's usually what it ends up.
What birthdays do you have coming up?
I got a good birthday from a friend of mine, Josh. Josh Pryor. Yeah,
Happy birthday, Josh. Yeah. When's his birthday?
I think it's today, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good friend.
Tonight's
Good friend. That's good. That's awesome. We got. It's a really good place that we're at right now. We're just kind of trying to push these listings that we have out. I'm going to be more than likely having a really sweet listing coming out in Ronsonsville.
Nice.
So it's a beautiful semi-detached. It's fully tenanted. But what's so unique about this property is it is one of the few in the city that has a legal basement apartment.
Okay.
They did it all proper.
Okay, and we know about semis.
We know about semis. We know how
semis.
valuable they are.
Yeah.
And to get one with a legal basement apartment, it's rented out. It's turnkey. You can take it as is. You can move in if your life dictates that. And it's got the potential for a laneway house.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on a laneway, so you can put one of those. It's a double car garage. It's a sweet one.
Okay.
We're just kind of seeing where the market lands for a few other listings that we're tracking. And then based on that, we will decide if it makes sense to come to market now, or do we hold a bit and wait until the new year if things are more favorable then.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the strategy.
All right. Well, this was a short and sweet one because that's just the way August goes.
That's it. That's August.
Are you excited for next week?
Yeah.
I'm so stoked.
I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to be trying hot sauce.
Hot sauce?
Sardines, and hot sauce. I feel like there's something that's going to go wrong.
Oh yeah. Loblaws rice balls.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Tim Hortons
Espresso. Yep. And then a bunch of really good questions.
Yeah, I'm curious what's been popping up.
Some I don't know if they're completely podcast friendly, but we're transparent here. We're gonna go through it and
okay, beautiful.
They're funny, man. so just Alex V. Yeah. Alex, our boy from Sage, he's got a couple really good questions, as you would expect. Alex Wong's got a couple. We have some questions from Marcello in Brazil.
Okay.
My sister's got a couple. Some are just comments like, eating sardines is not a challenge. Thank you. What is your question? That was our friend Jude. He's got a good one in there too. My wife she doesn't want me to disclose which question she asks.
Okay.
Probably will though. Yeah. But if you have any questions for us, we're at episode 25 is where we're going to answer it. We're going to have very little real estate content next week and a lot of wild stuff that we're going to be trying.
Yeah.
You got to bring your...
and I'm bringing my gold, my silver.
Silver. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Slip
okay.
Slip the tongue.
It's okay. You're projecting what we're going to win next year.
That's exactly it.
I didn't partake in this year's event, but I did bring cannolis.
You did. Fuel everybody up.
Yeah. I was going to lace them with some like muscle milk and just like get that extra pump. But I decided not to, based on legal advice. It was best I didn't. But maybe next week we'll have some creatine-filled cannolis.
Oh, creatine-filled. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that? I feel like you would be. Yeah. Cool. Episode 24 is in the bag, and we will see you next week for the milestone episode 25.
Thanks for listening to the Toronto Livings Real Estate Podcast. You could find more information on how we work over at torontolivings.com. Be sure to sign up for our newsletter to get price reports from over 150 different neighborhoods in the city each and every month.
If you got any value, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And if you made it this far, thanks for listening.